Hello, Brave Nation. Welcome to our October Community Live. This is one of the many ways that we try to keep you up to date on everything that's happening in Brave Nation. The show is being simulcast live across Community Braves Network, including the Community ISD Facebook and YouTube pages, and will be available on demand after the show wraps up. Tonight's guests are Stephanie Alverson, Kaylee Taylor, and Bailey Goins from Community Trails and the Ruling Our Experiences group. Ms. Shanna Bruner, Director of the Blue Club, Natasha Lee, Director of the Student Services, Caitlin Wilson, Site Coordinator for Blue Club, Addie Kunister and Kaylin Christian from the CHS Volleyball, Abel Zamaya, and Erica Leva. For those of you who are new to our live shows, make sure that you stick around to the very end and we'll have time for you to ask questions of our guests or of the district. Please make sure that you submit your questions via the Facebook chat at Community ISD during the show. We are only able to answer questions on the main page, so please do not submit them anywhere else if you want them answered live during the show. If you don't feel comfortable with your name being attached to your question, you can always email us at any time at info@communityisd.org. All right, we're going to start with our first guest tonight. We are so excited. I found out about this group at Community Trails Middle School one day when I was visiting the campus, and I was so excited to get you guys on the show so we can tell everybody about this wonderful program happening at Community Trails. So before we get started, we're going to let each one of you introduce yourself and tell us, you tell us about you, where you are, and what your position is, Ms. Alverson. And girls, if you'll tell us what grade you're in at Community Trails Middle School, okay? Your name and what grade you're in. So, Ms. Alverson, we'll start with you.
Yes, ma'am. This is my 4th year at Community ISD.
Okay.
And my 2nd year at Trails. And I was at Edge before that. So.
And your position is?
I am lead counselor,
school
counselor at the middle school.
Awesome, awesome. All right, ladies, introduce yourselves to everybody watching tonight.
Hi, I'm Bailey Goins, and I'm in 8th grade.
8th grade.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Taylor, and I'm in 8th grade.
Awesome. We have some really exciting things to share with everybody tonight. But every time we have a staff member on the show, I give them a chance to tell a little bit about their career. How long you've been counseling, how long you've been at Community ISD, and then why did you come to Community ISD?
So I believe this is I did my math this morning, 18th year in education.
Wow.
And starting my 12th year as a school counselor. And I did all grades. This is my first time to do middle school, so I did elementary and high school before middle school. Okay. But I took a large break to raise my 4 children. And why Community? I feel like Community actually picked me when I was ready to come back. So I interviewed at several districts, and I was just very blessed and lucky enough to come on at Edge 4 years ago. And then when we opened our 2nd campus, I was so excited to go and open it with Dr. Hope and the staff. Good. When we split. So, yeah, so it's my 4th year in Community.
4th year in Community. We're so lucky to have you and appreciate all that you do.
Thank you.
It's been an exciting 4 years. There's lots of things happening around the campuses, lots of changes. Mm-hmm. You've been in counseling, you said 12 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? What drew you to the counseling?
When I started education, I was a speech therapist, and my minor was psychology, and so I always thought about it in the back of my mind. And so my 6th year as a speech therapist, I was at 6 campuses, and I didn't really feel like I was making a difference. So I just really thought really long and hard about what I wanted to do, what my purpose could be, and so I went back and got my master's in counseling.
Good, good. Yeah. And you said you've been on all levels, so you've been at elementary, high school, and middle school.
Yes, ma'am.
So I've had those same experiences, and they all have their pros and cons. They are all wonderful places to be. But there's something really special about middle school. Do you have any comments about what it is about middle school that makes it a really special place to work?
You know, everyone asks me, why are you doing middle school? Mm-hmm. You know, that's always the question. And I started in elementary. That's usually how you start in counseling. And then I skipped middle school and I went to high school. I had an opportunity to go. but I was only there 2 years. I thought, I want to go back to elementary.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for high school. Middle school is so special. I feel like this is our opportunity to really make a difference. We call it messy middle school sometimes because they're really coming into their own. They are, trying to navigate who they are. They're trying to navigate friendships and relationships and really preparing them for high school. I think it's a really cool opportunity to help them find the right path and prepare them for that next level.
Great.
And transition.
You brought some really sweet girls here with you tonight.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. We're so excited when we get to talk to some of our students because that's why we're all here, right?
Yes,
and so you've told us what grade you're in. Tell us how long you've been in Community ISD.
I have been in Community ISD since kindergarten.
Oh, good for you. So you've seen all the changes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Big things happening around here. What about you?
I've been in community since kindergarten.
Okay. Have y'all been together at most campuses?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So y'all know each other very well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us tonight, we're going to talk about rocks, right? And I came on campus one day and saw the shirts and then saw some of the girls together in a group doing some activities and started asking questions. And I was so very impressed with what was happening. So tell us a little bit about what is rocks.
Well, ROC stands for Ruling Our Experiences.
Okay.
And I have to give a big shout out to Melinda Porter, my amazing co-counselor. And we were at a counseling conference last year together, and she went to the workshop, and she came back so fired up and motivated. And ROCS is so cool because it's a nationwide program, and the first year they offer a scholarship. So she applied for the scholarship and was able to start right away after our conference in January and had her first group of girls. So ROCS is really designed for girls 5th through 12th grade.
Okay.
So they can start it in 5th grade to transition into junior high and go all the way through their senior year. So it really wants to support and navigate all the things that girls go through. So the co-founder, Lisa Hinkleman, she did a nationwide survey. Over 12,000 girls from those ages were part of that survey. So this curriculum is designed based on that data from that survey. So the curriculum is made for you.
So things that they were experiencing, things
Yes,
they were
ma'am.
struggling with, things that they were going through.
Yes,
She
ma'am.
created this program to help all girls those ages get through those things and have a support system
Yes.
while they were experiencing those things.
Yes,
is
ma'am.
what I'm hearing you say. You joined, you became part of this program this year, correct?
I
And you
did.
went through the training this summer.
And this fall.
Fall.
Right at the beginning of school. I
Okay,
did.
and you told me it was 3 intensive days of training, right?
was,
And
it
so
was.
really preparing the adults, the sponsors in this program, to be able to be there for our female
Yes.
students that are going through all kinds of things at this
Yes.
ages, right? So, girls, I'm going to shift to you just a minute because I really want to know what you think about it. So, this is your first year in ROCS or your second year in
Our
ROCS?
second year in ROCS.
Second year in ROCS. So, you finished your first year last year.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me a little bit about your experiences. What were some important lessons that you learned or ways that this program was helpful for you?
An important lesson that I learned was our defensive class. It taught me how to assertively say no and how to protect myself in unsafe environments and situations.
Great. That's amazing.
Another one that we learned was our digital footprint. It basically taught us not to let social media ruin or dictate our life decisions.
What great lessons. I'm so impressed with how well you articulated them. That means that they really stuck with you
Yes, ma'am.
when you learned that. Now, I know learning those lessons are really, really important, but is this program also fun and enjoyable?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yes,
yes. Oh, yes. It's really fun. So tell me a little bit about how it helps them with the things they struggle with, how it helps them get through.
I think ROCS's main goal and purpose is to make sure these girls know how to advocate for themselves, that it's okay to have your voice, that it's okay to ask for what you need and what you need help with and what you want in life. And they really want to promote that they keep talking about assertiveness. And we talk in our groups about how sometimes girls get called bossy if we really stand up for
Assert, yeah.
ourselves. And so that really stuck out to them. And we have some great conversations. But we really want them to be their most authentic self. So promoting that and knowing that we don't have to be defined by what social media or what society thinks girls should be, and that they can be whatever they want to be, and they can pursue any dream they want, and they can define their own beauty. And navigating those healthy versus non-healthy relationships will help them navigate and pursue their dreams.
That is amazing. And those are lessons that we want every student to walk away with.
Absolutely.
So, ladies, will y'all share a memory, some favorite memory from your Rocks experience?
One of my favorite memories is our end of year Rocks party. It really, Miss Porter really put a lot of effort into that, and I really wish she was here with us today.
Yes.
And I know she'll be proud of us watching this. She not only used the Rocks money, but she used her own money to help us, because she is really kind and sweet.
She is very kind and sweet, and we owe her a lot for starting this program and seeking out something.
Yes, we do.
That's awesome. What about your favorite memory?
So my favorite memory was our defensive class. Actually, that's something that really stuck with me. It was just so fun to be with all the girls, and it was just very memorable.
Good. So, tell us a little bit about, now that we've talked about it, I'm sure it's promoted on campus, but Ms. Halverson, how, if there are students out there at Trails that would like to be involved that aren't involved, what is something they need to do to get involved?
So it starts at the beginning of the year,
Okay.
and we had a Rocks table set up for our scheduled pickup, and we have the applications there. So they can pick up an application, talk to their families about it, fill out the application, and there's only so many spots depending on if we get the scholarship or if we, thanks to our grant money that we received from our district, and we were able to do more groups this
So
year.
the educational grants.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. The foundation gave you a grant, and so you were able to do this again this year.
We did, yeah. And so we're going to search for another grant so that we can keep it going.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, currently, Trails is the only campus that has this program, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
So if there are counselors out there that are interested in the district on how do we get this started on our campus, we have 8 campuses in the district that I know would all benefit from this program. So what do they need to do if they're interested? Or are you willing to share with them kind of some information about what they need to do?
Absolutely. Ms. Porter and I will be glad to share with any of our fellow counselors. And what's great about this program is they provide training dates throughout the fall, so they can look at it. They can apply for a scholarship for the first year. So if they're interested, we'll reach out to them. And I think at our next counselor meeting too, we'll probably talk about it again.
I'm sure they're going to be asking you lots of questions after they hear all about this.
Yes.
Ladies, tell us why students should be involved in Rocks.
I feel like a girl should be involved in Rocks because it actually helps us, and not only from being a student, but from being a human being. It has grown me in many ways, and I know I can be myself around not only Miss Porter, but around the girls too, and I can say what I want to say around the girls, and I know it won't come out the classroom.
I feel like girls should join Rocks because it has made a big impact on my life. Of like I can use my words, and like Bailey said, you can say what you need to say in that classroom, and it doesn't leave.
That's amazing. So I'm excited. I want to come visit. And can I come to a meeting or how often do you get together?
What do you think,
see
girls? We would love to have you.
So the leadership group, which we have a leadership group and then 2 other groups.
Yes, ma'am.
The leadership group meets once every other week for 10 weeks. And then the regular groups, they meet every week for 20 weeks.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing. I am so very impressed with your maturity, ladies, and how you're talking so articulate about this program. You can tell that it really means something to you. Both of you, every time you start to talk about it, just have this huge smile on your face. So I know that it's got a positive impact, and it's having that on you. And so I'm excited. I'm so excited that you're sharing it and wanting others to be a part of it. That says a lot about you and your character. So I'm going to ask Ms. Halverson if you'll stick around, because there may be questions at the end of the show about the ROCKS program. I would love to come visit, so please send me some information about when I can pop in and just be a part of what's happening, because I think this is truly amazing, and I'm so thankful for you and Ms. Porter for going out of your way to go that extra step and do something for kids.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate
for
that
us.
so much. Thank you, girls, for being here tonight. It was easy. It wasn't hard at all, was it? No, it was easy.
I'm so proud of you both.
Y'all did wonderful, and I'm very proud that you're here. We're going to transition to our next guest, but you guys stick around and watch the rest of the show, and then we'll take questions at the end, okay?
Yes,
all right.
so
Thank you so
much.
much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
The Community Education Foundation is turning 20 this school year. Join us in celebrating 2 decades of braving the way for educational excellence in Community ISD. The foundation enhances educational programs through classroom grants, scholarships, and support of district initiatives. To date, more than $350,000 has been returned through the foundation to support innovative teaching ideas that enrich our students' education. Learn how you can support the foundation at communityisd.org/CEF.
Conversation. Okay. Hello and welcome back. We are now with our next set of guests here tonight. Very excited because we have Miss Wilson and Miss Lee and Miss Bruner here to talk to us about a new program that we have in the district. So I'm going to ask each of you if you will tell everyone who you are, what your position is in the district, and then how long you've been with Community. So Miss Bruner, we'll let you go first.
I'm Shauna Bruner. I've been with Community since 2021. I'm the Blue Club director, and I'm super excited about working with kids. I love helping them grow inside their environment, and this is a new journey that I get to start with y'all, and it's been amazing.
Well, you have been a rock star. We have been so impressed with everything you're doing, so thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm Katie Wilson. This is my 5th year in Community. I'm a kindergarten teacher at McClendon, and I'm also the site manager at McClendon. And I just love watching kids grow.
Awesome.
And I'm Natasha Lee. I'm the Director of Student Services. I have been with Community since February of 2022. I'm just so excited to be able to be the Director of Student Services because I get to work with everyone, staff, students, and parents, and provide them with resources. And I also get to work with this wonderful team here with all of our kids, and I just really love it.
We're so glad to have all of you here and have you working with our students and our staff, because that's indirectly exactly where we need to be working. So, Ms. Brenda, we're going to start with you. So we all know what the Blue Club is because we've been hearing that for lots of months now.
Yes.
So, but out there in the world, they may not know what the Blue Club is. So tell us a little bit about what is the Blue Club.
The Blue Club is a Community ISD's after-school care program. It's held at every campus, elementary campus, and it offers after-school care from pre-K all the way through 5th.
Awesome.
Yes.
And so this is the first year for the Blue Club,
Yes.
right? But before we had something different. We had we contracted with an outside group that came in. Tell us, what is the difference between that outside group doing this and us doing it ourselves in Community ISD?
Well, I believe that it actually in-houses community. I believe that we get to pour into our kids, and then we get to see them grow. The other day, I got to visit a campus, and there was a teacher there that was like, oh no, hold on, this kid forgot their homework, and she was able to give them their homework and help them with the question. And I was like, that is amazing. And, you know, it's just something that we get to give these kids and these families, and it's amazing.
And so this year we have our staff working for us after school in the Blue Club. And so we get those opportunities to have that connection that we're already building in the classroom on campus. And then after school, we get those same people. So instead of bringing people from the outside into our campuses, we have those people that we already know love our kids.
Yes.
And cherish those babies every day, that are the ones that are after school taking care of them and providing for them.
And some of those if you have we have Miss William that works with one grade, but guess what? Now all the grades, she's building these relationships with all these
the
kids, and they look forward to seeing her. I can't even tell you, like, they just enjoy it. Like, when they come into the Blue Club, and it as a mama, it gives your heart a peace of mind of knowing that when they leave that after-school care program and they go into their following day, that they are going to be met with someone that they love all the way around.
Right. So we'll skip to you, Ms. Wilson, and just tell us a little bit about why are you part of this? Because this isn't something you were required to do, right? This is something that you
chose to do. Yes.
So you want to do this. Why?
Yes.
What is it about it?
I love building relationships and just building relationships with not just in my grade, but students outside of the grade and in various levels, and just building those strong connections.
So I have some people, some staff members, children that I know go to Blue Cup, and they tell me about how exciting it is and how fun it is. And they, not to say anything bad about previous years, but they talk about how there is actually more of a, I don't want to say curriculum, but more of a plan. Like, we do things, we do activities, we have fun, we continue learning. There's an extension, and we're not just sitting and coloring or sitting and looking at a book. We're actually active. Tell me a little bit about some things you do.
So we have a creativity center, and then so they stay in the thing, and they in the cafeteria, and they'll do Play-Doh, or we'll have paint and just various activities where they get to use their creative side. And then we do go outside, and they have like games. Like today, they built a spider web because it's Halloween themed. So they did a spider web game where they had to untangle themselves after the spider web, and it was just fun to see their brains come together and work together as a teamwork. So just letting them experience that with each other, and not just in their grade, but other kids outside their grade too.
Miss Lee, you've been involved with this from the very beginning when we first said, hey, we ought to do this ourselves, right?
Right.
And then we just said, Miss Lee, take it and go with it. Figure it out, right?
All right. But you got me the best director ever.
I appreciate that. She
Yes.
is amazing.
Yes.
So tell us how this differs from all other after-school cares. What makes this different for us?
Well, I think what makes this different is that at the Blue Club, the students get an opportunity not just to work with their own classmates, but with classmates who are in different classes at the campus,
grades,
and also with different staff members on the campus. In addition, they get to build their own connection. I always say, this is how I feel about the Blue Club. The Blue Club is an opportunity to build its own community within community.
Yes. Yeah.
And so they have their own community growing together. They're making those connections with each other, and it's just awesome to see when you walk in and you see that.
Great. Yes. And this is offered to whom? Who do we offer this program for?
All the kids in Dodson, Roderick, all of them, all the elementary campuses, yes, pre-K through 5th.
If a parent doesn't get off from work in time to come pick their kid right up after school, then we have this until what time?
6:30.
6:30. So there's an opportunity for parents to have their child stay on campus, elementary campus, with teachers and paraprofessionals that care about them and love them and have activities planned for them until 6:30, and then come to the campus and pick them up at that time, correct?
Absolutely. They don't have to worry about transportation. How am I going to get my kid from this place to this place? It is, we make sure that they get to the cafeteria or the library, and they get to rotate, so they're not in one place. And that is also something different, that was different from our other previous.
Yes.
So the kids are loving that, and so it's
Makes that time go by,
it
I'm
goes
sure.
it goes by so fast, but the kids, they've got a lot of energy from the day. They get to get out, play with their friends, build these relationships. It's just, honestly, as much as I would love to brag on me, it is the site managers, it is Miss Lee, it is not just one person. Everyone is making this absolutely amazing for these kids, and they're pouring their hearts into it. We have group coordinators that just are showing up for these kids.
That's great.
And it's amazing.
So our site coordinators, Ms. Wilson, you're a site coordinator. So at each campus, We have a site coordinator that is a teacher or a paraprofessional.
We have a site manager that is a teacher, and then we have group coordinators that run the groups.
So we're having teachers who taught all day, but they are still there in the afternoon, and they are the ones, certified teacher, there with those kids after school. So I just have to ask you, Ms. Wilson, full day of instruction, right? In the classroom all day, and then you go to this. Tell me how that works. How do you stay energized for that after school part?
Seeing them engage and seeing like the creativity and the fun that they're having, and just being able to communicate with them and seeing them outside of the school environment, it just makes it so much. It doesn't feel like a long day. They make it fun. Yes.
That's great. So if there's a parent out there that says, hey, wait a minute, this sounds like an awesome deal, how do I find out more information? What do they need to do?
You can email me, Shauna, SHANA.Bruner, BRUNER, at communityisd.org. You can give me a call, look me up on the Community ISD website, go under our after school care program. Please reach out to me. I would love to speak with you. I would love to help you and your family out, to show you the services that we can offer your child, so you don't have to worry.
And that's the kind of people that are running this program, people that really care and want to be a help, and that's what makes a difference to them.
And I genuinely love the connections that I'm building with these families.
And I just was told that the number is actually on the screen right now. So jot that number down or that email down, and make sure that you contact Ms. Bruner, because it's an amazing program. Just real quick before we go, why don't each of you share with us, what's your favorite thing about the Blue Club? Miss Lee?
Well, my favorite thing is when I walk in and I see all the kids with their smiling faces, working not just with each other, but also with the staff members who are there. And then also the relationships that I have seen being built with the parents and the staff members when they come and pick up their kids, and they know that these staff members actually know about my child and they are keeping them safe. And it's just exciting because it's a long day for kids too.
Sure.
But when you see them smiling, they don't even want to go. You hear parents like, you have to go, and they're like, I want to stay. So
I actually have someone that works in this central office who said they have to argue with their kids to get them to leave the Blue Club every day. So that's great news. What about you, Miss Leslie?
Watching the kids grow, I think not just academically, but like socially and emotionally, they're all growing and learning and just having fun. So that's my favorite part.
Good. Miss Bruner?
My favorite thing is, we want to reach all kids. We love all kids. We want to reach all kids. But there's just something amazing when you walk in and you have a site manager look at you and tell you, I've never seen a kid so happy before. So knowing that they are safe, that they are loved, that they are, thriving, that's my happy place. That is where I'm excited to be here.
Well, Miss Lee, thank you for taking this vision and running with it and making it come to be for our district. It's amazing. Ladies, thank you so much for loving our kids and making sure that they're taken care of in the afternoon. If there's anyone out there that wants to be a part of the Blue Club, please reach out to us and let us know, because we would love to have you be a part of this program. I'm going to ask if you ladies would stick around till the end. There'll be some questions for you. Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for being here tonight to share this, and we'll talk in just a few minutes about that. Before we go to our next little ad here, I want to make sure, in case some of you have missed it, our CHS volleyball team surprised a wonderful, very loved custodian that we have with a car a couple of weeks ago, and we're going to watch a quick little feature about it now.
good. I'm really happy that he was so excited about everything. I didn't expect any less of a reaction from him, honestly, but I'm really happy that he finally has a way, to get to and from school.
I love you too. Love you. Love you.
Abel's an amazing person. He has a million reasons to be sad and never has a smile not on his face. He always is jumping for joy, is always more happy than you will ever be, honestly. And you would never guess the reality of his situation.
I was really proud of him to see that there's something bigger than them, there's something bigger than volleyball, and that they took it upon themselves to solve this problem. In the classroom, in the hallways, in the gym, they know what is expected of them and they rise above it every single time.
Hi.
And welcome back. If that was not an amazing story. Now, I was not able to be here that day. I was watching the band compete that afternoon, but knew that it was about to happen. And I have watched that video over and over again. Your face was priceless when you came out of those doors. It was amazing. Before we get started and start asking some questions and some backstory, I want you guys to know who is here today to talk to us. So I'll let each one of you introduce yourself. Tell us what role you have, why you're here today, and what grade you're in.
Well, I'm Addie Kinsler, and I helped coordinate the GoFundMe for Abel, and I'm a junior in high school.
Awesome. Yes. And on the volleyball team.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Abel, tell us about who you are.
Sí, te lo digo yo, lo trans.
Sí, ¿qué digo?
He's nervous.
Okay, don't be nervous, Abel. It's going to be good. It's all here celebrating you.
No me acuerdo la pregunta. Estoy muy contento de estar aquí. Es un orgullo trabajar para Community ISD.
Okay. He's happy to be here, and he is very proud to be working for Community ISD.
Oh, we're very proud that he's here. We have sitting in with us, too, very nice of you to come tonight and help us out, Miss Erica Leyva. Tell us what position you have in the district.
I am a transportation specialist, and I've been with the district I'm going on my 10th year, and I'm here to translate for Abel so he doesn't feel too nervous.
Yes, so Ms. Erica's going to help us make sure that we get everything communicated and that we can have a conversation, okay? So let's just go backstory, okay? So this all started with the girls volleyball team, yes, right? Ma'am. Tell me how this came about. What brought this conversation up? What made y'all start talking about this?
Well, we had a tournament and we didn't get back till very late, like 11:30, 11:45, like right at that mark. And we realized that Abel was still there, and we were like, what are you doing here? Like, why are you still here? Right. And we found out from other janitors and custodians and teachers that he didn't have a car. And so that's when we started to discuss, me and a few of my other volleyball friends, we started to discuss, what should we do? Like, should we do something about this? Like, is there anything that we can do to help? And so that's when one of my friends, Joran, she came up with, let's start a GoFundMe. And so then we all sat down before one of our games. I believe it was against Quinlan. And we sat down and we made it. And then we went and played our game and came back and we had almost $3,000 within our game. And it was just such a miracle to see that everyone has shared it, everyone has donated, and that's just how it became a V.
Awesome.
Yes.
And you talk about Abel like you just know him.
Yes, well, I didn't know him too well before we started all this, but I just knew that he was worth every bit of effort that we put into this. And doing this has really got me closer to him too, which I'm so grateful because he's such an amazing person.
So we hear people, and I know from personal experience, about his smile.
Yes.
Right? He's always got a smile on his face, right?
Yes.
Everywhere, he's always happy to see you, happy to see everyone. It doesn't matter what he's doing. He's got a smile on his face.
Yes,
Is that something that you guys witnessed as well?
Yes, we witnessed him at our volleyball games. He was always there, always wishing us a good game and always asking for boom babies, and so we knew we had to give him some. And he was just always around smiling. So it just made the world to us when he would smile.
You mentioned that he was there late.
Yes.
And that was because he was waiting for a ride, correct?
Yes.
And so he was just having to wait until somebody could come pick you up. Is that correct?
Estaba esperando para que alguien lo viniera a recoger. El día que lo vieron hasta la 1 de la
sí,
mañana.
estaba esperando, bueno, pero pues ahí estábamos al pendiente también de la seguridad. Estaba cuidando que estuvieran cerradas las puertas también. Ya luego aproveché.
Yes, he was waiting for a ride, but at the same time, he was also there, making sure that all the doors were closed and that the school was safe.
So even though he wasn't supposed to be on duty, he was still took it upon himself to volunteer to be on duty and to make sure everything was good. We have been so impressed with this whole situation. And while we are so excited for Abel and for what you were able to do for Abel, I'm going to tell you the character of the volleyball team has been something I think that has amazed everyone as well. The fact that a group of high school girls got together and tried to help another person is huge. And I don't know, I'm going to cry. I don't know if you girls realize what character that showed of your team. Have y'all kind of bonded over all of this now? Is that something y'all talked about, just how much this really meant to somebody?
Yes, I think we didn't realize how big of a deal it was until more news stations started picking up on it. I think we were just all so excited that we were able to do this for him.
Yeah.
And that we were just able to make this a real thing, and it wasn't just a topic anymore. And it spread throughout the volleyball team, and it spread throughout the school, really.
Yeah.
People would ask about it, and teachers would ask about it, and I think that I'm just so grateful that it got as much attention as it did, and hopefully more people will do more things like this.
Yeah, and now it's been on local news channels, it's been on national news channels, NBC, was it NBC? NBC?
Yes.
Yeah. You've been interviewed by lots of people, very professional people, so I feel a little inadequate tonight asking questions. But let's ask you a couple of questions. When did you realize what was happening, that you were getting a car?
¿Cuándo usted notó lo que estaba pasando? Que iba a estar recibiendo. Cuando salió de las puertas.
Pues no me esperaba tanta una sorpresa así, no me lo esperaba. Fue algo. En ese momento estuve en shock. Fue algo sorprendente.
He was very surprised. He was shocked when he came out. He was just not, that was not something that he thought was going to happen when he walked out those doors.
Ver a muchos niños ahí, muchas familias reunidas, fue mucha alegría. O sea, no esperé tanto.
He was very happy when he saw that there was not just, like the volleyball players, but also families, other kids that he knows throughout the district and stuff. They're waiting for him to come out.
I think you have won the hearts of everybody here in community.
Me encanta trabajar para el staff, para los muchachos, para los niños, para todos. Me encanta mi trabajo y como lo dije hace rato, me gusta servir a community high.
Yes, he says he loves working for the staff, for the volleyball girls, for all the other students. It just makes him really happy, and he's here, and he's very happy to be here.
We are so happy that you're here too. So we had other people that kind of jumped in, right?
Yes.
And helped, which is amazing too, that you were able to get some sponsors or some people to help you with this.
Yes.
So who are the two people that jumped in and helped with this?
Well, my mom was also a big part. She helped a lot with the financial and insurance deal because, I mean, we're only so old. We only know so much.
Right.
And then we also had our big sponsors, Rockwall Ford, who helped us find a car for him. And they originally found him a car, and it was right in our budget. It was everything that we needed, but it was a little older and being down. But we were like, I mean, it's a car, and we would love to give it to Abel. And then they were like, nope, that's not going to do. We need to get him a better car. And so then they helped just sponsor the car and be able to get him a nicer one than we anticipated on getting him without outside of our budget.
They went a little outside the budget and made sure that it was a car worthy of Abel.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so Rockwall Ford was an amazing help in this whole situation. And then you had the insurance, JR Erie Insurance, that came in and said, what did they do?
They helped us get everything together, helped us get the car all in order.
Make sure it's insured.
Yes,
make
and
sure
make
it's
sure
ready
that
to go.
just make sure that everything was worked. And they worked with my mom. And they worked with Abel to make sure that everything was going to be perfect for him.
Good,
Yes.
good. That's so exciting. So, do you think that the surprise that day went like how y'all planned it? Were you happy with everything that
It
happened?
went way better than I thought.
Way better
So
than
many more
what-
people showed up than I thought. I thought it was just going to be the volleyball team, the volleyball parents, and just maybe a few kids that wanted to stay after school. But then when I saw more people walk around the corner as school started to end, and more people come from the parking lot, and all the news stations show up, I was like, oh my goodness.
It was a big deal.
It was a huge deal.
It's a big deal.
Yes.
I still say I don't think you ladies realize what you did, what an impact that you had on this. So what would you tell other students about how this process went and the reward you girls received from helping another person?
Starting something like this, you have to have the want to do it. And I think when it's big enough to help someone, that you get the want out of it. And so luckily I had a few girls that wanted to do it with me. And so when we started it, it was simple. We all just kind of worked together, and we started GoFundMe. It was super simple. GoFundMe was amazing. And then we just asked people to share it, and people started posting it on all different platforms, and so many people donated. Like, grandparents donated, my floral teacher donated, everyone just happened to donate. Yeah. And the reward from this was very big. It was more than I thought we were going to get. I didn't think that we were going to get any. It was just going to be so nice to see Abel's smile and to see him super excited about this. And I thought that was going to be our reward, but good deeds don't go unnoticed. And so
exactly right.
It got way noticed, and I think it's helping our school out a lot, and it's bringing people together.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with how what a positive impact it's had on just the attitude and the we can do big things, and just knowing that we can make a difference. Abel, if you could say something, I know they've been asked this before, but what would you say to these volleyball girls who started this whole thing to be able to give you a car?
Sería una cosa que les puede decir a las muchachas del equipo de voleibol, ¿qué es lo que usted les diría por lo que hicieron por usted?
Pues gracias. Siempre, toda la vida voy a estar agradecido con ellas, con sus papás, por esos valores tan grandes que tuvieron y que siempre van a tener con ellas. Es algo muy emotivo para mí, y pues ellos y todos los muchachos que participaron en esto, pues estoy muy agradecido, y un gran ejemplo de que en este distrito escolar los muchachos tienen muy buenos valores, unos excelentes padres, todos.
So I say that he's very grateful to the girls and their parents for everything they have done for him, and it shows the community, the community ISD district, how big, how well these parents are and what they've taught their children. So he's always going to be grateful for that, and that he's always going to hold that in his heart for what they have done for him.
Y pues estos valores, por ejemplo, ella y algunos otros muchachos que tienen hermanos pequeños, se lo están transmitiendo a los demás niños. Ayer en el juego, los de la middle school y de unas elementary también, o sea, bien contentos, y eso quiere decir que se está transmitiendo, y pues sí, es bien contento.
He says it's showing the values that they have, not only with the volleyball girls and then the other students, but it's showing that it's trickling down to the other, like if they have brothers and sisters, it's trickling down to them, because yesterday at the middle school volleyball game, they were coming up to him, or to the game, they were coming up to him too, and telling him, saying hello to him and getting to him. So it's showing him that it's not only just the high school that it's experienced, but it's also going all the way down to the other students in the district.
Awesome. So I want to say something to you, Abel, and you may have to translate. I don't know, but I want you to know that the reason they notice you is because of your work ethic and your smile and your personality. That's what made them notice you, because you work so hard. I don't think I've ever been around you at any event where you're not working, and your smile and your positive attitude had an impression on them, and that's why they wanted to help you. And so I want to say thank you for your positivity that you bring to this district every single day. It makes a difference in what our kids see and what our staff sees. So thank you for that. We appreciate what you bring.
Sí, le quiero decir que muchas gracias. Ellas lo vieron, usted lo gran trabajador que es, porque siempre está trabajando, haciendo sus cosas que hace, y no nomás por eso, pero siempre porque siempre lo hace con una sonrisa. Y ella está muy agradecida con usted por lo que trae usted a este distrito.
Muchas gracias.
And you're part of the Brave Nation family, so we want you here, we love you here, and we want you to stay here for a long, long time.
Ella lo aprecia mucho y ella quiere que usted esté aquí por mucho, mucho tiempo con el Brave Nation.
Esperemos que, si Dios quiere, nos dé larga vida, aquí vamos a estar.
He says, healthy life and a long life, he will be here.
Awesome.
Thanks.
And then I want to say one last thank you to you ladies, because I think that you have stepped up and set an example of exactly what we want this district to be known for. And that's for being the maturity, the love and care for other people is amazing. And so I really appreciate you guys for representing the district and showing what we want to be known for in this area. So thank you so much for that. I know there's going to be questions for you guys, so hang out and wait just a little bit. And I know that there's going to be something that somebody's going to want to know. We are to our live chat time, and so you can submit your questions into Facebook chat, and we're going to answer those questions live on the air. So we have a question first from Michaela. No. We're going to go to a break first. Sorry, they're telling me no off screen. So we're going to go to a break first. I believe it may be another video with Abel.
Project Inspire.
With what? Project Inspire. All right, guys, we are back, and I apologize for that little mix-up there at the end. We thought we had some things on screen that we didn't have, and so we had to do a little technical jumping around there. But we do have someone from each of our group of guests tonight back with us to answer some questions. So we're going to jump to our Facebook chat, and we're going to answer your questions live. Remember, if you have a question, put it out there in the chat, and we will answer it on air. So our first question is for Addie. The question is, were you nervous going on the NBC National Nightly News, and have you watched it before you were on it?
Well, yes, I have watched it.
Okay, good.
Yes. But I still haven't realized how big of a deal it was. It still kind of was just, and it was just kind of I don't really know how to explain it. I was just really excited about it. And
so you weren't nervous when you were getting interviewed?
No.
So was that like an interesting thing on how they interviewed you? I know you guys were in the gym, weren't you?
Yes, we were.
Interviewed you, and so they came in with all their cameras and lights and got you all ready to go.
Yes, it was me and Jordan, and we were sitting in the gym, and it was funny because all the volleyball girls were standing in the hallway watching us.
Okay,
and so we had to make sure that we were doing good.
Yeah, representing them well, right?
Representing Lady Braves.
Well, you did a great job, and I'm glad you weren't nervous, and glad that you've watched national news before. That's awesome. That's good. Very mature of you to do that. Okay, our next question is from Bob Thomas, and it's about rocks, and he wants to know, do the CTMS students mentor elementary girls, or is that possible? Would love to see their influences on what they're learning passed on to our younger Braves. Not thought about that before. Is that part of the program at all?
That's not part of the program yet, but that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah, great idea.
I love peer mentoring, and that's something that we try to inspire and instill in all of our kids, to always be a good peer mentor and help others. So I love that idea, Bob.
Yeah, Bob, great question. We haven't done that yet, but definitely something to explore. We appreciate that input. Dr. Hope sends 6 yellow hearts. She's very proud of what's going on her campus. An amazing leader and making sure that we're doing great things for kids. Felicia Finch says, amazing rocks, ladies. So lots of bragging going on. Tammy Nelson, I am so proud of rocks. lots of parents out there that sound like they're proud of what's happening here. Mr. Welch, I know that we have other questions coming in. That's all that's on the screen right now, but we have other things that have come in.
We do. We have one for Ms. Bruner. This is a question about whether or not the Blue Club will extend to middle school and high school students.
Okay, so they cannot hear what he's saying off screen, so I'm going to repeat the question he just said. The question is wanting to know if we are going to have Blue Club offered for our middle school and high school students at any time for that after-school program.
As of right now, we don't, but however, I will tell you that this is our first year and we plan on continuing to grow. So who knows where this takes us.
Sure. And it sounds like if that's an interest, I guess I've not thought about that even being an interest, but if it is, maybe an interest survey to find out if we have some families that would be beneficial to. I think it definitely would be something we would explore as an extension.
Absolutely.
To what we're doing.
Absolutely.
So we've got Miss Bruner on the job now, and so I know she would just run with that. More opportunities to impact kids, which is exactly what you're looking for.
Yes, absolutely. And I have the most amazing people working beside me to see that happen. So, I think anything is possible. So, I'm willing to see how far we can take this.
Good.
Yes.
Well, we'll talk about maybe doing a survey to figure out if we've got that as an interest in the district.
That would be
Great
perfect.
question. Great question to make us think.
Next question is for Rocks. Can we get this at Edge? This is from Patricia Herod.
Okay, so a question coming in for Rocks. Can this program be offered at Edge Middle School?
Absolutely. We will definitely reach out to the amazing EDGE counselors and give them all the information to get started.
Great. So we're going to pass that information on to EDGE and any other campus that wants that information. Great program. We would love to see that spread, give opportunities to all of our students. I know the two ladies that were with us tonight are 8th graders, and we'll be going to high school next year. So, Addie, you had a conversation with them before the show started about maybe bringing that over to the high school and starting something for our high school females as well. So that's awesome. Mr. Welch?
The rest are all shout-outs.
Shout-outs. Here we go.
I'll start with Alma Villarreal. She said, I love to know that we have great young leaders in our community, amazing hearts, and willing to help without hesitation. This is about volleyball.
Okay, so about our volleyball girls, shout out that they are so excited to know we have great leaders in our district, and they love to hear about the great things that are happening there. I kind of paraphrase that.
Yeah, very close. Rachel Dumas says, it takes a very special person to make kids move like this. It takes amazing kids to recognize Abel's greatness. Proud of everyone.
So it takes a great person to make kids move like they did to be able to help Abel, and then it takes great kids to actually move and have something like this happen.
Miss Witt said, Miss Wilson is a shining light for McClendon. Miss
Wilson, shining light at McClendon.
Yes.
And then we have a proud husband alert. Proud of you, Shauna Bruner. Love you.
All right. Mr. Bruner is calling out as a proud husband, Miss Bruner.
Well, that is awesome. It's nice to know that I have support here and at home, y'all. It means
sweet
everything.
The last shout out we have is Jennifer Cardenas Cox says, such a fantastic program for Rocks.
Okay, such a fantastic program with Rocks. So we have a lot of people that are interested in everything we've talked about tonight. So awesome job. Any more comments or questions, Mr. Welch?
Oh, ma'am.
All right. Again, ladies, thank you so much for being here tonight. What a great, positive, uplifting show. I mean, everything we talked about tonight is exactly what we want this district to be about. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you for sharing that. Thank you out there for watching. Our next live show will take place on November the 20th. Have a wonderful evening. We are Brave Nation.